Hello.
And that's how you nail an introduction, people. That's how you do it.
My head's so mashed. Hi, guys. Welcome to our bonus edition of, I think we're going to call this Thors-Kin Podcast Presents IME's Sanctum at Shrewsbury Prison.
Hello.
Hello. Is it me you're looking for?
Oh, can we do that every episode now? Don't even bother trying to grab anyone's attention. Just be like, hello? Is anyone there? Hello?
Welcome to the show anyway. I'm Alex, and next to me here is Jimmy.
I'm the professional. I'm the one who actually wants to be here and doesn't just sit there just being a complete tool.
I'm a professional tool, though.
You're professional. You are a professional tool.
A professional tool.
Walked into that one.
Well, yeah. So for this episode, we're going to bring you something special. You've all heard and you've seen on my Facebook, Thorskin, and previous episodes of me talking about the bits that I've been doing at Shrewsbury Prison, and we're just going to be. Thought we would bring it all to you from both angles. So there's been me playing a zombie and running around for the last 3 weeks, screaming at people, making them so scared they crawl into the fetal position and refuse to get up.
Yeah, you were telling me that's a literal example, right? Not just
No, that's literally what's been happening. Okay, so I came from this from two angles. Okay, I think I've spoken about this before. At the beer festival, there was a tent there, like a scare maze, and we went through there after a few beers, didn't we? And it was quite fun. We enjoyed it. And at the end, I got an email address. I gave someone my email address, and they were going to get in contact with me and give me press tickets for the event at the prison, because that's what it was there to promote. But I think I was drunk. Gave her the wrong email address. And then on the other side, my mom gave me a contact for someone she knew she'd worked with before, was after someone to do voice actors, and as you all know, I'm a bit of an idiot and I've been practicing lots of bits, so I thought I'll give it a go. Message this guy, Tim. Hey Tim. And he invited me to come for one of the nights to be a zombie, so I did. And when I got there, I was absolutely blown away by the size of the operation, about what they've been doing, and so yeah, I decided what we'll do is I'll get some pictures, some recordings, and we'll put it all to mash it all together and make a podcast about it. And Gary, one of the writers for the show, let me give Jimmy a GoPro and go around it as a customer, which was
yeah, that was awesome. When we were going into it, I didn't know whether I was going to be thankful or not coming out of it, or whether I'd be like, you son of a. But no, afterwards I had such a good time. So yeah, thanks for whatever strings had to be pulled for that, because that was an awesome experience. Really, really fun. You're going to see a lot of it. We're going to get into some footage in a bit. I think that you're saying the way that you wanted to do is do a little bit of chatting about certain bits and then go into a few clips and
yeah. Well, it's going to be a bit awkward because we don't have the footage ready to look at the moment. So I mean, we've just looked at something I put together of the footage I had.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the joys of being able to go back and sort of edit this afterwards. So if we just go from start to finish. Yeah, and I'll just slap the bits wherever they're relevant.
Al from Thors-Kin here. Okay, so tonight is the night where we're going to be doing the Scarecast at Shrewsbury Prison. This is just a prelude video I'm going to be doing, because do you know what? Give me a mic and let me talk into it. I'm fine, no problems at all. But with cameras in my face and shit like this, it's a bit weird for me. So this is just a way of building my nerves up. I'm gonna have people around me later on doing their makeup and shit, and I'm gonna be talking to them, which is something I've never really done before. But you're in for a hell of a treat, okay? Because I've managed to acquire Jimmy a camera, so he's gonna go in as a paying customer. Say paying, we got press tickets. But anyway, he's gonna go in through the gates, and he is going to witness the scare park as a customer. So you're going to get it from both ends. Okay, we're going to give you the wobbly H on old Dartmouth Prison. Okay, so bear with us. Catch you in a bit.
Down the well. Down the well, mate.
Is this all my shit?
There's 9 grand of CCs.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask anyone who may know? I think I know where mine
Right.
I don't know where the jumpsuits are as well.
No, there's only 3 of you.
Sweet. Jumpsuits, guys.
I've been told to tell you they're real expensive.
This guy's from Savannah, like,
Yo, guys, yo.
Hey up, jockey!
My name is Harry, but you don't know.
I got some shit on my face. So you have to put it over my fucking head because I'm a slaphead.
Oh wow,
Whoa.
that's 34. I thought that's 34.
This is tight on me. I'm good, thanks.
Oh, we need to put clothes on that saying. To share it tomorrow, that one has. Remind me to share that one tomorrow.
I get to a meeting on Monday like this.
Sorry.
And after the stage,
I'm not going like a chimney man today, Dave.
Smurf.
Try not to.
So why are you Savannah guys doing this anyway? Was it just for a bit of a laugh? Like,
Because we're broke, we're musicians.
it's just a bit of extra cash.
Good
Like.
bonding experience for us all. We've got no gigs on, so
Might as well.
yeah.
God, you told me I was going to go into music.
I have got.
You've been friends with me.
Got my own things today.
I like to be covered in blood.
It helps make my hair go tired. Oh, I know, I'll do my desk there on you in a minute. Right, okay.
Come on, get in. This is Shane. His
What's
brain's
this?
hanging out of his head.
Is this to go on your podcast?
Yeah, I'm gonna do little bits of video and stuff.
Awesome.
So he's lost his eye.
I lost my eye, my brain's hanging out, and there'll be eventually blood all the way around. There's so much blood. It's gonna
Pretty
be,
boy.
it's gonna be beautiful. It's just gonna be blood everywhere. I'm gonna be blooded. You're gonna be blooded. We're just gonna be blooded.
I just can't wait to get my dick out in there. Hey guys, you see me? Okay, so there's me and 3 others. We've got Michael, Alan, and Jade. We're going to be in control of Sea Wing. At some point, I do want to sit down and have a chat with them, but knowing my luck, I'll do it, and then customers will come round and they'll get it spoiled. Okay, so welcome to your Sea Wing zombies. This is Alan. Alan, actually put my finger up his nose. Michael, show me your eye. Like. And then your Jade there. Rocking the hair, very good. So when you come down Sea Wing, you're going to come into us, motherfucker. So this is the famous C block. And when you're going through the hooded maze, this is where you're actually walking through one of the most haunted buildings in the world. And right at the top there is where the grey lady usually walks. She walks from about there right through to that corner there, which is the hanging room. We've got zombies. So the idea is you come in, you get a hood on your face. It's pitch black in here, and you've got to hold on to the hose pipe and walk around when you get scared by these zombies. Very scary. I've had people in here. I had a guy who was about 6'4", reeling backwards and nearly fell over the hose pipe, which is great fun. And then there's going to be lots of smoke and the strobe light as they go through here. I don't know if you can hear me for the ambiance. And then you get chased down the corridor where there's going to be lots of smoke, and there's going to be zombies in here to jump out on you and scare the shit out of you. So, it should be fun.
So when we get there, first of all, I need to pull you out on something here. Queuing starting at 7 o'clock. We got there nice 10 minutes early. We wanted to be polite. We wanted to make sure that we were there.
Yeah.
7:45 we were pulled in eventually.
Yeah, that's my fault. I'm sorry. I told Jimmy I wasn't because I literally turn up there. I have a few conversations with people, and I just get into makeup mode, and I just literally get on with my makeup and get everything out. So I'd never really listened to what time the gates actually opened, which is my fault. So I thought it was between 7 and 7:30. So I told Jimmy to get there for 7, and so he had a 40-minute wait. So.
It was all right. It was all worth it when we got in. So yeah, once we'd gone in, the first thing that I'll notice, obviously, because it's a proper prison, it's not a fake set or anything. It's full on. Going through the first sort of security gates, going into the courtyard, through to what is currently now the mess hall. Was that the mess hall back then? It's tiny. So
I'm not sure.
They housed 5 prisoners.
The back of it juts out into Sea Wing. I don't know if they'd have had it like that originally, but it does kind of jut out into the actual cell block. So if it is, then it's a very awkward setup.
Yeah, so to get there, you go through like in a courtyard. You have a little a little briefing, and then you go through this one corridor where there's a few people just chilling out, having a little bit of a groan and a zombie noise, just to, I guess they're there to kind of ease you into
see them?
it.
Did you actually see the zombies?
Yeah, there was a couple of people just chilling. They weren't the zombies. They were just like other characters just sat there being a bit weird, freaking you out.
Okay.
And then we got in, and it was like, okay, that was weird. And then, so we get the first briefing and taken into, is it A block, the first one, whichever, the main one?
Yeah,
A block. And basically, it's like any prison you expect. You've got the corridor running down the middle, and you've got all the cells going up to your left and your right. And the way that you've all got it set up, basically, you've got, if you imagine one long corridor, and to the, almost like a theme park, to the left and to the right, you can go down different alleyways, and it leads to almost, for lack of a better word, a different attraction.
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe it, isn't it?
Mazes
Different themes,
different bits you can go to, yeah.
And in each one, basically, you've just got a completely different experience, and you're let loose, aren't you? You don't have to do it in a certain order, but I'm really glad the order that we did it, because we went into what was it was the circus, wasn't it?
Jamboree.
The Jamboree, which basically it's the one to ease you into it. It's got the coolest part to it, but it starts off the least scary.
Talk me through that. I want you to tell me your experience with Jamboree, because I didn't see it go ahead. So.
Yeah, so basically, there's all circus music playing. It's kind of like you would expect. You expect clowns everywhere and all this kind of weird stuff going on. And what it actually was just a series of sort of like a maze that you go through, and then you end up chilling out and having some popcorn with this weird magician that reminded me of Penguin from Gotham. I told him that afterwards as well when I saw him later. I was like, you look like Penguin, buddy.
That's David. Lovely guy.
That's David, right.
Yeah.
And we sat down watching this, and I should have told everyone right at the beginning. We took a friend of ours, Chris. So you'll see him when we get to the actual clips. Me and Chris were sat down with a bunch of other people watching this magic show. Okay, it's a weird little magic show. Move on to the next bit. More of a weird little magic show, and then all of a sudden, because at this point we're sat here thinking, I thought this was supposed to be scary. It's weird, yeah, but where's the scares? The lights go out. There's this noise, and the strobe lights start, and there is this clown comes out. And basically, when we'd sat down into this room to watch this part of the show, there was two rows of plastic chairs. We were right at the back, so everyone else filled the first row up. So me and Chris were sat at the back, in the middle. So I'm clued up to stuff like that. I know if I'm in a circus and the lights go off, strobe lights start. There's the dog. And a clown charges in. I'm out of there. I turned around and there's Chris with all the chairs collapsing around him. He's like just trying to get free, and the clown is just on him, just like a scene out of Walking Dead. Like you turn back, it's like, no, nice knowing you, mate, but
Chris is dead.
Yeah, you're dead. Scene 1.
Bye, Chris.
But yeah, that kind of set the tone. I'm glad. The whole reason why I brought that up first was I'm glad we did that bit first, because that was kind of our initiation into it, and it led then into what really set the tone for the rest of the evening. You come out of there, you go into this open courtyard where you've got like the big scaling walls of the prison either side of you, and you've got just some crowd fencing, like you'd see out at the side of like a construction yard or something.
Yeah.
With a bunch of zombies behind it. So we walked over to the opposite end of this courtyard and given these bows and arrows, which they're all like foam tipped and everything, but at the end of the day, you don't expect to be shooting real arrows at people.
The first 2 nights I did that, we call that bit survival, because
right.
You've got to survive
Okay.
the horde of zombies. And the first 2 nights, because I was new, they were like, let's put him in survival. And so basically, it was the other way round when we did it last time. You come around the other side of the building, I think. I know. Anyway, we were by the gates, and when we come out, and they'd hit you with those arrows, and oh my god, they don't hurt. They hit you with a foot.
Yeah, it's a force, isn't it?
But you wear these masks for health and safety. Yeah, you've got to wear the masks, and you can see people just about through these masks. And when you're shimmying up to someone, he's got a bow and arrow pointing at you. and they're not taking the shot, you're thinking, just take the fucking shot, because you're so scared. Like, you're waiting for the thud and it's not coming and it's not coming, and then you get people that just can't quite do it, and then yeah, some of them catch you off guard. I got hit in the balls, not gonna lie.
You got hit in the balls?
Yeah, well, we were lying down on the, because there's a bit where you die in 3 stages. You get hit once, you kind of crawl, you get hit second time, you kind of do like a leopard crawl, you know, and the third time you're dead. But then the arrows are all around you, and eventually she says to you, doesn't she?
Yeah, after we've taken a few shots. So my first shot, I thought, right, these are going to be heavy. There's a big foam tip on them. Aim up. I don't think they found the arrow yet. It's in Z block. It just went whong. I have no idea where that one went. The second one, I kind of like just missed by an inch, and the third one, I got my first kill. But yeah, after you've done all that, basically, once everyone's been down, you're sent to retrieve the arrows, and it's like something, you know, when you watch like a horror film like Saw or something like that, and it's got a tense moment where they're reaching for something that's by the mouth of the animal or of the monster. I had an arrow that was by one's hand, and I think I managed to get it with the GoPro, but I was just like reaching for it steadily, just thinking, you son of a bitch, you're gonna get me. You can see me underneath that mask.
Yeah, they're not really dead. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the whole idea. It's so tense. It's really done really well.
That was probably for a good portion until later on in the night. That was probably my favourite bit, because that was like being in a proper zombie experience.
Yeah.
So after
I was just going to say, give some props to the girl that was taking you through the bow and arrow bit. She's amazing. She's good at what she does.
Yeah,
she really
she's a
gets
good little
stuck
actor, isn't she? So from there, basically, all of the other bits, I mean, we can break them down individually, but they all kind of, from that point, kind of all mould into one holy crap, what's going on sort of experience. I can't really remember the exact order they went in, so I'm just going to wing it bit by bit. There was a bit, the whole thing with the story is that you're trying to impress a guy called the General.
Yeah.
And basically you're trying to prove that you're worth taking along as a survivor, and he's got his own little segment that he sort of like puts people through on, and it's basically you're taken through to, I think you were saying it's C block. Yeah. And you've got like a pipe that goes all the way around the outside of it, in and out of cells, and you're lined up. You get a bag put over your head, like a what's the word? Like a Hessian bag.
Yeah, he calls it hemp. He goes, they're made by hemp. You'll enjoy this. That's what he says.
So yeah, you go through it, but obviously it's not just that. It's pitch black with strobe lights going on, and the whole block is just riddled with people jumping out of corners, because you can just see through the holes in the Hessian bags. It's like it just amplifies how scary that section is a lot.
Gary spoke to me about this, and it's ingenious. He said like it's not necessarily meant to blind you; it's meant to make you feel claustrophobic. You know,
yes, yeah.
They're putting that over your face because it's scary having something over your face and you know.
My bag stunk though.
Yeah.
It's like someone wore that as a nappy just before, I think.
Yeah, I think they are. The material they're made of naturally isn't a pleasant smell. I don't think it's anything to do with hygiene. Even though like 250 people probably wore that bag before you.
Oh, awesome! I hope they get washed and dry laundered each and every time.
Yeah,
for health and
in
safety
the
reasons.
local sewers.
In the
Great, they're a colony. They don't have running water.
But yeah, that was a really good part. You were saying that was the bit, wasn't it? Where
I mean,
a couple of nights after you
that
got
bit
someone.
is well, after the first couple of nights I'd done doing survival, they chucked me in Hooded Maze, which I was really excited about because I always wanted to go in that bit. And you know what? That bit you could have taken people around the kitchen. You could have taken them around the storage cupboard. Do you know what I mean? But you'll see from the footage on the video that you're actually going through C Block, which is that's where Death Row was. I mean, that was where they would go before they were hung, and as well there were people there with their wives and children. It was like a safe bit, you know. It was really quite a horrible place to be, and it's actually haunted. That building is. It's like there's a ghost called the Grey Lady that loads of people see. Most Haunted, the TV program, has been there and looked for this Grey Lady, and she's been seen by so many people. It's not a nasty spirit. It's not like nothing, no bad vibes from it or anything. But she walks from block, I think 208, and then down the corridor, the top corridor, and into the corner towards the hanging room. I'm going to put some pictures of the hanging room up as well. We'll do it like a slideshow, I think, because I did go in there. And that's quite eerie. I went in there when it was dark, and I just had my phone. As I was going through, there's like a box room thing, and they got a dummy in there with like a prisoner's outfit on there, and there's the first thing I saw, just this white face with this prisoner outfit, and then the noose hanging behind him. It was so freaky. Yeah, it probably made me jump. Yeah, that hooded maze goes for one of the most amazing buildings I've ever been in. So you know, you don't realise that.
Yeah, that was awesome. There was lots of other bits as well that I don't think we need to go like completely in depth with. We'll just like fire the video up and just let it speak for itself.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't get anywhere near as much footage as I hoped. But lots of just.
Did you go for Miro, which is the bit with the doctors?
Yeah, so there was lots of bits in between that was just like corridors of people chasing you and stuff. And then one of the last bits that we got to was, I can't remember what we. Okay, at a certain point we come in, we have something to eat, and then you let loose. So we've been told by one of the producers, there was this fortune teller lady, there was people that had done it before us, as in like guests. Go see the butcher. Go see the butcher. You need to go see the butcher. So, after food, we went and saw the butcher. She was right by the kitchen. Nice and, again, hygienic, by the way. Good kudos on the hygiene rules. So, you walk into what I can only describe as an emptied out freezer. Yeah, walk-in freezer. It was all tiled and everything, so I'm sure it was a different use.
Like
but
a pantry type.
Yeah, it made into just this pantry. Remember the original Dead Rising game? Do you ever play that?
Yeah, I did actually.
Remember
in the mall?
Yeah, there was a bit there. I think he was called the Butcher there as well. Maybe even the inspiration. You basically you walk in and it's just there's meat hanging from the ceilings, there's bits of body everywhere, and a table in the middle. It reminded me of walking into that.
Wow.
It was just this horrific sort of I'm gonna die now vibe. And
more meat, more meat. Strap them down, boys.
So Chris was sort of I don't think I got any footage of this because obviously this was a messy bit. This is where everything got to the point where I stopped recording, so I was just covered in blood after this. Chris had to go off and sort of like get his hands messy in jam and eyeballs and guts and disgusting stuff. I had fake limbs smacked around my face.
Fake this time, huh?
Yeah, instead of real limbs. Yeah, that was quite good. So we come out of there, covered in blood, and we're all laughing, thinking, "Well, that was fun, wasn't it? That was fun." And we come to this door that we knock on, and out of nowhere, shit just got real. This old lady who was so likable opened the door and was like, "Come in, come in, come in. You know, get off the street, sort of thing. Come in." And she was basically the doctor that was working for the cure and everything, that was causing this infection. And I was saying to everyone, I was like, I really like her. She's like my mum. She's really likeable. Anyway, 2 minutes later, we walk round the back, and she introduces us to her test subject, and it turns out she's the bitch that caused everything. I went right off her. And yeah, straight from there, which again, lights go out, strobe lights start, and you're chased down this weave of tight corridors through like shower, literally through a stand-in shower. With a hole cut out of part of it, you had to crawl through. And she warned you beforehand. She said, when you get to the end, you need to crawl. It's obviously like a health and safety thing of, right, don't knock yourself out.
Yeah.
All of us. It was like watching the Stormtrooper moment on repeat, just smack on everyone's head. Just next person running forward, smack on the head. Yeah, that bit was like, I think that was the best done bit. Yeah, that was like the most believable, because she was believable, the environment we were all in was believable, and it was a tight corridor with one person, and she gave that zombie a character. And I think it was just before then that you were, wasn't it? Was it leading up to that you were reaching through all the walls?
There was the zombie in the box.
Yeah,
I saw him, and that's Shane, the guy with the brain out and the eyeball missing.
Yeah.
And then you come down the corridor, out of there, round through the door and down the corridor. That's where we were, and then you'd come round back out to the wreck, the pub, the bar.
Go that way. Go to the wreck. On the other side. Hurry up.
Oh yeah. I'm totally sure, right? Oh, it's alright. And then we just went that way, and then oh no!
Push me through. I think. Which way is it?
We're going this way, so.
And I'm glad that we've got Aerosmith playing, otherwise I might have had to do another pre-poo. I did pre-poo, which was a good idea. So you might be seeing this guy's face soon. Maybe. This is Chris.
Yeah.
Big plans. That's all I'll say for the moment.
More interesting.
So I'm just going to try and get as much shit footage in as possible at the moment while we've got Aerosmith and lights. Because we've got friends already. She has a rat and she's been stroking it for the last 20 minutes, possibly more. At least. So, yeah, good times. I'll get drunk now.
But we have dominoes.
We do have dominoes, that's a good thing. I've got a feeling that we've got to be dead before you can get the chance to use them.
Just calm. Dead calm. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, absolutely nothing.
Nothing to... Okay. Oh, some sort of jamboree. Okay.
When you get down to the bottom, head up the stairs, and you'll wait on the stairs for the stage.
Thing is, if someone creeps behind us, they're actually going to see before we do.
First thing is, I would love to smell the popcorn. This is making me hate it.
Son of a bitch.
Just going.
Come on, go to the middle, go to the middle. Go to the middle. Right, guys. Right, so I'm going to show you how to use one of these. Okay? To shoot those. Alright? Oh, no. Right. I will not give you a bow if you fuck about. Do you understand? Do you fucking understand this? Are we on the same wavelength? Yes. Right. I need recon for outside. On a regular basis, I go out, I get meds, I get food, I bring it back to here. Do you understand? I need people to be able to watch my back and I'll watch theirs. Do you understand that? Okay. Right, make sure the 22 is at the bottom, okay? 22 at the bottom. Okay? Turn it around so this bit's facing the arm, okay? I'm going to put it in layman's terms, because obviously somebody doesn't listen. You're going to put it so it's knuckles facing up, okay? Make sure you've got hold of the grip handle. You're going to get the arrow, you're going to put it on the top so it doesn't slide off. Okay? Come! Go to fire! We can't go get those arrows now! Go, 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 go!
I don't know.
Sorry, dude, last one. Thanks. That's overkill, right?
That's a twitcher. Stop twitching.
Right, pick all the arrows up, pick all those up. Put them on a nice line here for me.
This is not going to go well.
Come on, you got some here. Careful, let's put it now. Wait, wait, wait. Who got the first shot? I think it was me. You're sailing. Oh, they were going for it! Look at that!
Fucking breakdown tonight. Somebody. Okay, so we're going this way. No! What the hell? They're still there, totally still there. It's the same dude like that. Really? He's still there? Okay. Back to the nice room.
Again, good job I pre-pooped. That was fun so far. We've so in each place you basically get something to survive with, and so far we are literally rolling in it. We're like the survival apocalypse pimps so far.
Yeah, we're doing pretty well.
Pretty fucking awesome. We've got the glow stick. We're going to get judged on all of this, whether we survive or not. We've got the glow stick. We've got some rope. We've got gummy bears, loads of gummy bears. What a fucking race, come on. So, we're going to survive, I reckon. But Chris had to change his trader's watch, like genuine real life watch, and you've not got it back, have you?
No.
Like, genuinely not got it back, so apparently they rob people in this place and that's how they fund their trading thing.
In a prison? That's weird.
Oh yeah, it's like we were kind of asking for it in a prison.
Yeah.
So, fun times. We're going to see the butcher in a minute, but we're going to get some grub first, so it's probably going to be slop. So we'll see how it goes.
Yay.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. But I mean, do you know what? a night's experience for you has been like 3 weeks of joy for me. You know, it's just, I was just so blown away. It's such a big project, isn't it?
Yeah, that was what wowed me more than anything. Because when we were driving there, we were saying to each other, because obviously you'd done this, we had no experience except your stories of, oh, it's great, it's great. I know from experience, knowing you though, is that sometimes you say something's all great and amazing, and it turns out to be the shittest thing ever.
Fuck you.
So we turned up to this thing thinking, all right, okay, is it going to be cheesy as hell? And just throughout the whole night, literally, I don't think I managed to wipe the smile off my face the whole night. I just had so much fun.
I got the footage back off Jimmy the next day, and I went through it. And watching the footage back from the GoPro, I was like giggling like a child watching it, because like he sat here cocky saying there was no fear. I wasn't scared, but there were some nervous laughs in there, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing, is because I didn't want to go in one of these idiots who was like, oh, I know it's all actors and it's all fake, so I'm not going to enjoy it. And then I didn't want to go overboard and be like, and put on a show for people. And you know, I didn't want it to come across like an episode of Most Haunted. So I kind of just wanted to go in and embrace it and enjoy it. But the thing is if you let it in slightly, if you've got someone who's all bloodied up, even though you know it's fake blood, running at you, it's human nature to be uncomfortable and run away. And that's the bit that's good about it, because you know that if they're going to get to you, they're going to be like, mate, you're supposed to run now. But it's like, you don't give them that chance. It's like, yeah, I'm off, I'm going. And
that's the thing with all sort of like anything that's related to horror, isn't it? I mean, you watch horror movies, you know it's not real, but you still get scared. Whereas this, it's 3D, like literally it's in front of you. These people are real. They're chasing you actually down a real, you're in an actual prison, you know. That's the best element to this, I think, is how real it feels. For £25 nowadays, you struggle to get like a cinema ticket with popcorn and a hot dog and beer. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? You just took the words out of my mouth. It's like, and this is coming from us, obviously running a podcast that's 90% movie based.
Yeah.
But yeah, you take your missus out to the cinema, you get a large Coke and a popcorn.
And a sweet fuck you.
Exactly. And it's like you could have spent 4 hours that night took. We were expecting, like, when you said, oh, you'd be gone by 11, after we'd done the first couple of experiences and we were looked back round to the corridor and was like, well, we've done everything now.
Yeah, but then
it wasn't, there was something in every nook and cranny. And yeah, 4 hours.
And it was great as well, because there's bits of you like really getting immersed into the story, and then there's bits of you relaxing. This is the bizarrest thing. There's footage of one of the directors, Joel. You know, he's one of the main creators of this. Cadging a cigarette off Chris, swapping it for a remote control car. Then there's you guys playing ping pong table with fudgy for a car which you lost.
Yeah, so it was like this meta story throughout the night of, if you had to try and trade and swap bits for survival, and the moment that we got any sort of idea that this was like something you could go and do and like take stuff round with you, we kind of just spent 20 minutes trying to rob stuff off people. So we were like, right, we've got nothing to trade. So I went around and found, completely randomly, this little, you know, like the silica gel things that you can get to dry stuff out. I managed to trade those up for some gummy bears, which allowed me to then try and Chris put some gummy bears on the table to play this little character called Fudgy, who
that's what everybody actually calls him, genuinely calls him Fudgy. Yeah,
good guy. Managed to trade something off him for that, and we ended up sort of like trading one bit for an X, and we ended up with like 2 pocketfuls of gummy bears, a bit of rope, something else, and a remote control car. And it's like we were just walking around with all this random shit. We walked back into the mess hall, into the wreck, and people that we'd seen were like, "What have you got all there?" Like, I've got a remote control car, mate. What you got? It's like, what you got a remote control car for? It's like, I don't know, I'm going to trade it in when I'm about to die. Trade it for survival.
I saw on the footage that Chris actually traded his watch in for something.
Oh, he traded his actual real world watch.
Did he get it back?
For some gummy bears. Yeah, he got it back eventually. But we got that much into like this whole trading mechanic that was just in between. In between attractions? I say attractions, mazes.
Yeah.
Every time we come out of one, we're like, right, what have we managed to pick up that we can trade? And we've run out of stuff. Chris played table tennis against Fuji and lost everything, so we had nothing. And we wanted that remote control car back. So he's like, what have you got? So like, give him a watch. She was like, what, your actual watch? Yeah, I'll give him a watch.
that was brilliant. We need that guy on the show, I'll tell you. Yeah, they came around and asked me, they said, Gary came up to me and said, what age rating is your podcast? And I was like, last week I presented this, I opened the show as Harvey Weinstein, and he was like, okay, good. They wanted to know if they could swear at you and stuff. I was like, go full on.
It was a good night. I just wanted to say as well, from just to I don't know if there's anything else that you want to get into.
Yeah, I do. Just a little bit at the end.
Oh, go on then.
I wanted to actually say thank you to everyone, because I used this as two things. One, because I thought it'd be interesting for the podcast, and two, to meet new people. I've just moved to Shrewsbury. I don't really know anyone, so I turned up, not knowing what the fuck to expect. All I got told is that I was going to be a zombie at the prison. Firstly, I met up with Gary, who gave me a really nice tour of the prison. He showed me everything, and he was really welcoming. And then I met the whole cast, and people don't realise there's like 40 people, like 40 actors every night that take part in this.
It's a production.
Yeah, it's huge. And they are all so dedicated to what they do. Whether you're working in Jamboree, whether you're working in butchery, whether even the guy behind the bar that was busy every night, such a polite, nice guy. Everyone there, they're brilliant. And I feel like I've made loads of friends. We're all in a closed group on Facebook where we all keep in touch, and they do these events every couple of months or so, and they've already said that I can take part in the next one. So I've actually invested in this now because I want to carry on and make things with these people, because it's such a beautiful process, if you like.
No, it's, you kind of like the reason why I said it, unless there's anything else you wanted to add, you kind of echoed what I wanted to round things up on as well, was just a massive thanks for that everyone else paid £25 to get in that. Free tickets. That's not to be sort of sniffed at. That was an awesome night to be just thrown at you for nothing, and for just someone's efforts. Everyone came in at the end of the night and back into the wreck, and I don't know whether it was initiated by a member of staff or whether it was just a genuine thing that happened, but it wasn't difficult to get on board with. There was just a massive round of applause for everyone. It was like an atmosphere of thanks for your efforts of scaring us shitless, but you know what I mean, for giving us a good night, because like I say, yes, bits were scary, but most of it was enjoyable and just good fun. So definitely, if I have no idea where the six of our listeners, where you're all based, there's anyone local to us, sort of Midlands area, I don't know whether they do shows around the UK or anything, keep an eye out for them, because there's it's a very, very, very good production.
And they're nice people as well. These people that are running around scaring the shit out of you, screaming at you, swearing at you. I mean, you didn't see him because he didn't do it on the Thursdays, but there's a guy called Matt. He plays like a Cobra type character. He dresses all in green, camouflage cream on his face. He has a big giant sword he pulls out, and there's two sword things that Raphael has in Turtles. He's one of the reinforcements. He's one of the general's guys. And he bellows at people. He's like, get down that fucking corridor! Go! What the fuck are you doing? He's like, get against the fucking wall. He's really brutal, but at the end of the night, I mean, I got to see him in between the bits, but at the end of the night, he's just such a polite, nice guy, you know. And I feel privileged to know these people. So I wanted to wholeheartedly say thank you. And If Gary ever does want to come on the show and you know, talk about what he does and why he does it, how he got into doing it and stuff, we'd love to sit around, have a cup of coffee and a chat with you, and
Yeah, man.
promote anything you want, you know, a month or so in advance, what you've got going on between those beautiful ears of yours. Yeah, the opportunity is always there.
Yeah, and I think that next time that this happens as well, I think we'll do our footage collection over the course of a couple of nights.
Yeah.
Really plan it out and do a proper show, because this has been fun, but it was very sort of last minute. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is all going to be is bits of podcast with bits of footage. I reckon we can do a proper good job of these every Halloween, every time they do an event.
Yeah, anything.
Definitely something I reckon.
And as broadcasters, which we are technically broadcasters, we're quite new to this.
Yeah.
So this is our first venture in this field. We've never actually presented anything with camera footage before, so it wasn't too bad. I mean,
enjoyed it though.
We need to get a camera. I mean, thanks to Richard Page, my boy, for giving us the GoPro to use. What we could do with investing in one of them, maybe for Christmas, see what Santa brings.
You see what Santa brings, but no, that's it was good fun. Thanks for sorting that out for us. I hope all of you guys enjoyed the little bits of footage that we've put in here for you, and yeah, keep an ear out for the next episode, because it's going to be a normal Thors-Kin podcast episode up, sort of. And
we got some Thor shit to talk
very
about,
soon.
Yeah.
Oh, Thor. Thor. You'll have to tune in for that one, guys. See you later.
Thanks to my Sanctum IME family. I'll be seeing you soon. Signing out.
Bye.
James is gay.
Oh, eat shit.